Hi there, my name is Mei Yin, and I'm going to talk about the book that I've chosen to critically analyze in my first assignment for EEE752. So the book that I've chosen is called Fog a Dog and is by Australian author Bruce Pascoe. There are two main reasons why I think this book is great to teach intercultural understanding from. The first one is because the themes in the story, which revolve around integration, assimilation, belonging, and outsiders becoming insiders on their own terms, are naturally just great universal themes for young learners to relate to and to understand and get to grips with. The second reason why I think the book is great to teach this concept for is the way that Pascoe has woven in Indigenous culture within the story. So in Pascoe's story, there is a lot of emphasis on nature being very important, of characters needing to be respectful of nature, and there's also a heavy emphasis on kinship. So these two things, nature and kinship, which are already two very important aspects of Aboriginal culture, are woven in the story in a very skillful and tactful way, I would say. So with those two themes in mind, the universal themes of wanting to belong and the gentle but effective and meaningful emphasis that Pascoe has put on kinship and nature, I want to go into talking about another reason why I think this book is a great fit for the class that I've profiled in my assignments. As mentioned, the class that I talk about is very mixed, most students coming from Asian backgrounds, a couple of Torres Strait Islander learners, and the rest coming from Eastern European backgrounds. I think the story, another reason why it's a good fit is because the story talks about Aboriginal culture and symbolizes it and makes it a very important part of the story and the characters' lives without overemphasizing that point. So it's already a given that nature and kinship are important themes of the book. However, they're focused in the story in very subtle, almost gentle ways. And I think that this way that Pascoe has chosen to weave in the culture is very similar to the way that students in Australia, in modern Australia, would view Aboriginal culture as well. So, for example, while we are aware in schools and students are aware in their everyday lives and within school as well, that knowledge and awareness of Aboriginal culture is very important, the reality of our lives as modern and young Australians in today's society is that we don't, apart from times when we specifically focus on Aboriginal culture and the importance of preserving that, get much exposure to it. That's another reason why I think that this book is very relatable and very realistic in the way that it depicts Aboriginal culture in modern Australia. And I think that having a book that has a similar setting towards their own everyday situations would be very relatable for students who are studying this book. So those are I think I've touched on themes, the way that Aboriginal culture is incorporated in the story very, very skillfully, and the fact that the way that Pascoe has talked about Aboriginal culture is very realistic in terms of today's modern Australian society. So those are my main reasons for choosing this book. Thank you.